Welcome back to MukAPower, the MukAway podcast. If you've been following us, you'll know that one of MukAway's key pillars is collaboration, because in this industry, nothing gets delivered in isolation. If you haven't checked out what we're doing yet, head over to MukAway.com or our YouTube channel to see how we're bringing people together across the sector. Today's conversation is all about that, collaboration. What it really means in practice, where it works, where it doesn't, and how we can do it better across projects, partners, and the wider supply chain. And to get into it, we've got two great voices with us. Mark Stuart from Stuart Energy and MukAway CEO Fraser, Linaker, both bringing real experience of what collaboration looks like in the construction industry when it's done properly. So whether you're on site, in the office, or part of the wider project team, this one should give you plenty to think about. Let's get into it. So Fraser, Mark, welcome to MukAPower, the MukAway podcast. I'm sure you've heard about it, Mark.
100% heard about it, yep.
And Fraser, you've appeared in it twice as well, so...
Yeah, professional now.
That's it. So Mark, welcome.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Why join forces with MukAway potentially? You know, obviously collaboration is a big pillar, is a key pillar in this organisation, MukAway. Collaboration's a big one for you in your organisation as well, isn't it?
It is. I think when you look at an organisation to align with, you look at the certain culture, the pillars that the organisation has.
Yeah.
And I think when you look at the people who lead the organisation, that for me is really the driver or the thing behind which decides if we get into bed or, as you say, we actually collaborate with somebody. You want someone who has the same ethics as you, they're aligned with you on certain points. So I have a very unusual recruitment technique, which I'm sure if people follow our socials, they'll know that. But that really goes with our collaborations as well.
Yeah.
My sister Jane is the director of strategic partnerships.
Yeah.
But I was really keen to push this alignment with Fraser.
Yeah.
We're very similar. We like to, go out and get things and get things done.
Yeah.
But I also think the way that our business is, it's very green. We're moving away from that dirty diesel transmission into a net zero transition. And that's what MukAway is all about.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense to actually partner with somebody who is aligned with our business strategy, who's forward thinking, dynamic, close your ears, Fraser, and charismatic as well.
Yeah.
It fits them perfectly with us.
Before I bring you into this, Fraser, because I know you've got a really positive opinion on this, Mark, just tell us a little bit more about your business, because you've got a really interesting backstory, haven't you?
Yeah, so Stuart Energy was born out of a business that we had, and then we sold, and then we had it again, and we sold it again.
Yes.
So we started on, my father started in 1982, a generator hire company with a B-Reg escort van, £250 in his pocket.
Wow.
He exited for high eight figures, built the business up, and in the early days, he was going to site, fixing the generator in a suit, in overalls, and then going into a site toilets. They're not nice now, but they weren't nice in 1982.
Yes. Yeah.
Changing into a suit and then going in and seeing the site agent or, the QS saying, we'll fix your generator.
Yeah.
Our engineer's been, the engineer was him. Fake it till you hate it. A proper story. And then it evolved. We sold the business to 2007. We got it back, then we sold again. And we're in partnership with somebody called Corpac, which is part owned by Fred Doan, Simon Orange. And then my brother and I ran it all the way to 2016. Then we sold to Sunbelt.
Yes.
A big, multinational, big plant hire organisation. It didn't really fit with our way of working.
Culture, perhaps.
Culture, yeah. I think a little bit like that. They're very Americanized.
Yeah.
We left in 2017. We set up Stuart Energy, and here we are today. The same size we were when we sold to Sunbelt last time. So, yeah.
So it is an interesting question. Obviously, you're a market leader, and I know that from working in the industry for 17 years. Why does your organisation, a powerful beast, want to partner with a little minnow, with all due respect for it?
Right.
It's a little old MukAway who's coming up on the inside lanes in the horsing ring.
It's not about size of organisation.
Right.
It's about culture, and the right people find the right people.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
I really am. Listen, I didn't know Fraser 6 months ago.
Right.
He came in to see me. We hit it off literally like that because we have the same ideology.
Yes.
And I think when you have the same mindset as somebody else, you can create big things and do great things with that.
Yeah.
And what's your take on that, Fraser?
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head with the work ethic.
Yeah.
Same, and it's talk about family values. That's what I try to create in any business that I'm working in. Obviously, I've not got family members working with me on a day-to-day basis, but it's still the same ethic, isn't it? And these guys are the perfect example of that. And you know, when I went over to your place and I seen the interaction between the brothers and the sisters, and it's great to see. Do you know what I mean? And the staff.
Yeah, it's.
Do you know what I mean? And you guys have worked together for a long time, so you're obviously doing something right.
Yeah, listen, it's not easy working with family,
Yeah.
you know, but I think you have to have clear boundaries.
Yes.
It's very easy to blur the lines, but the rules of engagement have to be, you know, work's work, family things is separate.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get over that gate threshold, you know, all the stuff that goes in the family stops and it becomes work colleagues.
Yeah, I think what impressed me the most about Mark and his family and the business was, like I say, the work ethic. So, you know, we've had quite a few conversations now. Mark, you're obviously a wealthy guy, but he's still getting up at 4:45 in the morning. He's getting in before any of his staff are in. You're leading by example, aren't you? And it's, you know, for someone in the position that you're in and how hard you've worked to get there, you've not let up, have you? Do you know what I mean? And it's that's what was a big thing for me, and that's how, you know, I've always been. Do you know what I mean? Obviously not as in, you know, with my own businesses and what Mark has, but I'm up early. You know, I'm starting the day on the right foot, and
I think
leading by example.
Yeah, I think you're right when you say one of our guys actually took a picture of me and posted on social media, and I was a bit annoyed, but I let him do it anyway. It was of me litter picking in the yard.
Oh, right, okay.
And he was like, "This is Mark."
Yeah.
But you know, I always say you should lead from the front.
Of course.
You know, you don't want to be one of these guys. 'Cause I've worked for people before in the younger days when I worked for people, and they'd tell you to do something, but you actually thought, well, you don't actually do it yourself. And I think one of my beliefs is the culture we try and create with people is I wanted to when we started Stuart Energy, I wanted to create a business that people came to every day and didn't want to leave to go home because they enjoyed it that much.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to create.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create a family away from a family, really. And that's what it was.
And I believe, well, I know you share clients, MukAway and Stuart Energy, so there's synergy there straight away.
Of course there is.
Yeah, and obviously Mark's business, they're in different sectors within the construction industry. I mean, we're heavily in with the developers, with the house builders, which that's probably not, as you've not got as many clients within that area. So when we put this collaboration together, it's not for money. We don't get anything from it from each other. It's all about helping each other out. We have regular monthly meetings where we sit down with the sales team. We'll go through our client list. Is anyone there, Mark? Is anyone that you'd like us to introduce you to? And vice versa. And that's it. And in this industry, it's like unheard of, that, isn't it? Someone helping each other out, to, you know, for no financial gain other than introducing each other.
You're so right, Fraser. People turn around and they're like, well, what are you getting out of this? We're not getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
We're helping somebody to help us. That's what we're getting out of it. And I think it's that satisfaction that, you know, but Fraser's right when he says we've moved away from construction. We're more in infrastructure now. We're transmission, you know, water, utility type projects. Yep. And that's exactly where MukAway want to be. So why not say, guys, come on our journey with us?
And that's a deliberate strategic move, Mark, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at I'm an economist by trade.
Yeah.
And I looked at the industry and the market, and I said to my siblings just before Christmas, I think construction may let us down this year a little bit.
Right.
Due to the constraints with legislation, Gateway 2, etc. We need to maybe strategically focus our efforts and our sales focus on infrastructure projects, transmission projects, other things like that. And Fraser, when I met him, came to me and he said the exact same thing to me because he'd seen the opportunity in the market as well.
Yeah. Because MukAway, Fraser, obviously house building is a big one considered your background.
Yeah. That's my bread and butter, isn't it? But you know, the sectors that these guys are in, I've got no contacts in that side. You know what I mean? And the weighting, to be fair, it's probably 80-20. You've got far more clients than we've got at the moment because we're still you know, an early business, aren't we? But you're still willing to work with us and collaborate and share, so which is great.
So was your decision to kind of pair up with MukAway, largely based on your entrepreneurial instinct, Mark?
I would honestly say it was twofold, really. It was Fraser's culture, his attitude, his mentality.
Yes.
And actually, I saw the opportunity. I thought, well, if we can get a bit of the house building market that we like to be involved in,
Of course.
and we can maybe introduce Fraser to help us. It was a bit of like that, really, collaboration.
So Fraser, it's shared networks, it's shared values, and basically you can decide who you want to collaborate with and who you don't.
Yeah, and it's not going to be an open list, and they've got to be the same people. Well, like-minded people, similar to myself, driven people, good work ethics, like we just said before. So, and this is the first major collaboration that we've got as a business.
Yeah.
We have got some smaller ones, but this is the main driver that we're working on.
Yeah, I mean, this morning we shared a text at 5:30 this morning, didn't we? About strategy and things, what we can.
Well,
do.
you're on the list, you're like that.
So it was literally we were on the messages at 5:30.
Oh yeah, facts. There you go. There's the first collaboration.
Thank you, and some of them.
Fisherman's friends.
Some of them.
So Mark's been ill all week, and he said, "Listen, man, I'm a bit rough." I said, "Don't worry, I'll bring you some fisherman's friends." So
I thought you were going to give us some Muk energy then.
yeah.
Literally, yeah. So thank you for that. We're gonna need them later. But I think when you talk about collaboration and you look around and you see who you'd like to collaborate with, we don't look at business size. That really goes out the window for me.
Okay.
It's about
It's the person.
picture. It's the person. It's the person behind that business, and really, that's the most important thing.
People work with people, don't they?
Of course.
Good people work with good people, and surround you. It's the old story, and surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
If you surround yourself with 5 good people and you're in that group, you're going to be a good person, aren't
Yeah,
you?
of course.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, because Fraser, construction has a reputation for being very transactional.
yeah.
Is genuine collaboration really possible in this industry? Given everyone really is about, I'm going to protect my own little bit of margin.
Yeah, but in the past I don't think it has been, but it's a must now going forward. And the people that don't collaborate going forward, and I'm passionate about this when I say it, is they will get left behind. It's as simple as that. We'll get left behind.
I can't agree more. Collaborators and facilitators are going to be the next market leaders in any field,
Right.
because construction is such a tight, margin-controlled industry.
Yeah.
You've got to collaborate.
Yeah.
You have to.
So are we saying gone are the days where I'm the king of the castle and I'll build my little moat around it?
Well, it's the moat will be falling in a moment. So.
It's true that gone are them days. People will still try and operate in that way because they have ego, greed.
Yes.
But the people which really want to excel and get further on and do more will collaborate.
Yeah.
We have a term at Stuart Energy called friendly competitors. We try and collaborate with our competitors, believe it or not.
Yeah.
We do. Not everyone gets into that and sees the benefit of that.
Yeah.
But it does work.
What does that involve? Sorry, Fraser, go on.
Yeah. So we was down at MB Kelly's office yesterday. So we was talking to them about the 250 sites that they have across the UK. And the question I posed to them was, we've just taken on RM contractors. So they've got about 70 odd sites and a lot of them within their area. And I said to him, listen, RM contractors, would you ever share material with them? And the answer was no. I said, but what about now? When we put you onto this platform, if you sign up, they've not signed up yet, and RM contractors are 5 miles down the road, yeah, and you've got 10,000 cube and they need 10,000 cube, and you're both going to financially benefit from it, are you going to do it? And obviously by the end of it, they are going to do it. Do you know what I mean?
And that is the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the MukAway platform.
Yeah.
You're changing people's mindsets.
Yeah.
So
It was the culture thing that was done. Yeah.
massive. It changes the culture.
Culture and behaviours within the industry, and that's our main challenge, isn't it? And we've seen it, haven't we? We've been at it.
We have.
Been at it for 6 months now, and some of the meetings that we've had, you'd laugh about it, and the silo mentality, and people just don't get it. But then when you start seeing it, showing them the bottom line, then the brain starts ticking, then, doesn't it?
Of course it does. Going back to, products that we've done.
Yeah.
Innovative, fuel saving products. The driver used to always be, how much does it save me in cash?
Yeah.
Right? The conversation slowly turned into, how much CO2 is it saving me?
Right.
This product is brilliant for them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's saving people thousands of CO2 because you can bet your bottom dollar, guys, we're going to be taxed very shortly on our carbon emissions in the SAS companies.
Yeah.
That's why we have to report it over a certain turnover.
Yeah.
And with a product like yours, it's going to really, really aid companies not to reduce their tax bill. If you can reduce your tax, hey, I'm all for paying what tax is owed and paid.
Yes.
But if you can if you can spend or
Limit.
your tax liabilities, then why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, and that's that's what our system does, isn't it? Every transaction, it gives you a CO2 output for that transaction, and it's recorded for every company, every transaction.
And let's talk a little bit more about tax and get into it, because there's something called landfill tax, Fraser, which is going up in a massive days. And
Yeah, next week, isn't it? So landfill tax, £173 plus your haulage costs. So you're talking about £350 to £400 to take clean inert material to tip. But you shouldn't be taking clean inert material to tip anyway, because it's clean inert material.
Yeah,
it's not a landfill, is it really?
Yeah, exactly. So it's
But prior to that, obviously the landfill tax was still palatable enough for companies not to really think about with spoil management, because if it's in the way of the next build route, just take it to landfill, it's all right. But now they don't allow that within the viabilities. There's not £400 a load in the viabilities. It's probably £250 a load. So it's helped us as a business, but that wasn't the only driver, because it was about efficiencies and reducing logistical movements, CO2 outputs, ESG improvements. But ultimately, it's driving people now to start having to think about it. We're having conversations now with developers and main contractors, and they're having to think about it. They're having to plan it. So when we're going around and onboarding people, we're telling them what we need to do. You need a monthly spoil management meeting with your engineering manager, with your commercial manager, with everybody feeding into it, and start forecasting forward. And if you can do that, if every company can do that, you'll save hundreds of thousands. It's massive a savings in it.
And also the impact of what's going on with the Iran war on fuel, Fraser. That is another factor.
Well, you guys are seeing that, aren't you?
Yeah, so I think the first attack in Iran happened on the Friday.
Yeah.
I called an emergency meeting for all of our staff.
Really?
On the Monday morning at 6:30. And I called everyone in, and my brother was just like, wow, what are we doing? What's going on? So I've got a presentation to give to the staff.
Yeah.
I said to everyone, we really need to be tight on all costs at the moment, because what's going to happen is it's the costs going up of the fuel, because although it's only 20% of the world's oil through the Strait of Hormuz, that is not the real issue that people should really be listening about and talking about. It's actually the storage.
Oh, right, okay.
So the storage before that, Q8 had about, I think, 5 days of storage. Iran had a few more days of storage, and that is the biggest problem, because once those tanks are full, you've got to stop pumping oil. And when you stop pumping out of an oil well, rather than continue pumping, you can't just switch it off like a tap. It takes months to come back on again. So the price is going to go high. And that's really what I said to the guys on the shop floor. We've got to just be really careful in that,
So there's certain macro factors, if we can call it that, affecting both businesses.
When you carry material from one site to another, what are you doing? You're burning diesel, aren't you?
You are.
So the MukAway system, it matches you as closely as possible. So there you go. So we read something early in the week, didn't we? And it was saying 180p per litre on the diesel. So that's what the potentially going up to. And what we're saying is, if you match the donor site to a receiver site through our terms and conditions and collaboration, shared cost, shared saving, shared responsibility, you split the haulage cost 50-50. So you're already 50% better off. So that 20% increase on your diesel, you're just not 50% off the other way.
Well, the CO2.
And
save as well.
Yeah.
So it's a win all round. So why would you not collaborate?
That's it. So what was the reaction from that meeting then, Mark, with your staff? Because
all the staff were kind of like, oh, right, so what happens then? What does that mean? And I said, well, to put it in layman's terms, your groceries are going to become more expensive for you all.
Yeah.
And they kind of, when you say it like that to them, it hits home.
Yeah,
it hits home. And, the buyer then come to me an hour later, well, do we need to stockpile? Should we do this? Should we do that? Should we take advantage now? And gain first mover advantage, Mark. Shall we do this? So I said, well, let's do a few things, what we can do to try and gain that first mover advantage. And then we I think we were the first one on social media for our industry to put out that there's going to be a price increase, potentially to do with the fuel. And then you slowly saw the companies, the Wednesday, the Thursday, Friday, putting it on the social media channels. But we put it on straight away and informed our clients straight away. We bunker around about 80,000 litres of fuel at our depot at Scammonsdale there. So we filled up literally just beforehand.
Yeah, so you'd insulated yourself for this.
Insulated ourselves.
And how long would that last? A week? Is it a week or a week?
A couple of weeks, really. So, you know, and we're all the time looking at increasing our stocks and resilience.
So it's about ultimately planning ahead, thinking ahead, and thinking outside the box. And that's something, Fraser, that you do regularly, whether that's 1 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, or 11 o'clock at night.
It's 1 till 3 now, isn't it? 1 till 3. I can't shut my head off at 1 till 3 for some reason.
Because those
I think that's where all your creativity comes from. What I've started doing now is getting up, going downstairs, everything that's going on. If I can't get that into my phone and typed out, I'm not going back to sleep. So I put it all down and then I thought, right, are you okay now? Are you going to go back to bed or what? Yeah, right, go on then. Back upstairs. Back upstairs like wee Willie Winkle, not Jenny.
I guess, you know, I did a podcast called the Naked Founder Podcast.
Yeah.
And they said to me, what would you say about starting a business that you could say to yourself? And I think I said,
book a spontaneous for 2 years.
yeah, literally, you know, you're gonna get grey very quick. You don't realise how hard you're gonna work, but also you're never off duty, are you?
No,
ever.
No.
You know, my missus, she was mental at me for it because I'm just never off. I never stop. I'm never off duty. I'm always thinking, you know, I must be the saddest guy about. I go on holiday, I'm spotting generators. You know, it's just sad, but it's what it is.
So on the platform, Mark, no doubt you've seen it, and I know you're this way inclined, where you're an innovator, you're looking at the next big thing in the industry. As a straight question, what's your opinion on Fraser's MukAway platform?
Honestly?
Yeah.
There's 3 words: dynamic, groundbreaking, no-brainer. Well, that's 4 words, isn't it? But it is. It's the ultimate spoil MukAway platform, and if you're not on it, you're gonna miss out. It's my opinion. I'm not being paid to say that or anything like that. That's just my opinion. It's the truth because it's the right move of the construction industry, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That's it.
Yeah, the construction industry is being hit by every angle, isn't it? From cost increases, so whether it's your Part L, future homes, fuel increases, landfill tax, it's battle weary. The whole industry is battle weary, isn't it? And it needs something like this. So when we're going around and speaking to the developers and main contractors, what we actually finish with at the end, and we say it's £2,000 subscription for the year, you say, well, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? I'm like, yeah. That's what we say. That's hand in my heart. That's what we say, isn't it? Because that's
the truth. That's the truth.
You know, and the first 12 loads, if you're saving £20 a cube, your first 12 loads pays for your £2,000 a year.
There you go.
So
it is a no-brainer. That's what it is.
So 600 sites, I think we are now, Fraser.
Just get up to 600.
Yeah, 65 companies. Are you shocked by that, Mark? Because you know, when I put that to some other people, like, how many? You know, they're like, wow, how did he get that? You only started like 4 months ago.
I think if I didn't see the potential, how dynamic the platform was and how much of a disruptor to the industry it is, I would be. Of course you would be. 600 sites in 4 months is phenomenal. Yeah. It's a phenomenal achievement. But actually, I'm not shocked because I know how good the platform is. I don't know how good it's going to be in the future with the add-ons that you've got planned and all the different facets of the platform you've got in the future.
That marketing guy's all right, isn't he?
He's all right. But when you look at that, you know, that's a phenomenal amount of traction. That it's just going to get more and more, bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. And then it'll be an unstoppable beast. Yeah. You'll not be able to stop it.
This week, Fraser, there was a serious bit of an update for us, really, where someone said to us from a major house builder, "This is aggressive growth. This is absolutely huge growth." Yeah. Is there any advice, Mark, having done that growth bit, in business that you could give to Fraser and the team at MukAway?
Enjoy the ride. It's like a roller coaster, but that's all right. But it was crazy, really. Someone said to my brother when we first set up again,
Yeah.
these are the good days. Lee and I kind of looked at each other and went, they're not very good. We're using our own credit cards for the van. They're not very good.
Yeah.
But he was right. Enjoy these days, because these are the good days. They're exciting. This is what gives the fire in the belly. You know, you'll have butterflies coming to work every day.
Yeah,
Like I used to. Still get them now, to be honest. But literally, when you're on that growth journey, enjoy it, because it'll go so fast.
Yeah, and it's true. You've hit the nail on the head. I mean, obviously, I watch a lot of podcasts. We've got a 3-year plan. I know what the targets are. We know what the strategy is, and we'll deliver it, because everything we say we're going to do, we do. But it is about enjoying that journey and not always focusing on, well, if we can just get to that, why don't just enjoy it along the way? And I do, you know what I mean? That is something which...
For me, it's not cool having stuff, is it? But it's cool getting the stuff.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, that I don't know if it's just me, but the thrill of the chase almost.
Yeah.
It's the actual getting there, which is the exciting bit, isn't it?
The other thing for me is when people say that can't be done.
Yes.
You know, like the naysayers, it's just fueling my belly that, you know, that won't get off the ground. It won't go national. You know what I mean? It's like everything we said we was gonna do, we've done, and everything we plan to do, we will do. Unless there's some catastrophe, it will happen.
And do you think, Mark, Fraser could get there a little bit quicker through collaboration and partnership approaches like this with yourself and others?
I can answer that 100%.
No, you know, I think there's enough work out there for everyone.
Yeah.
But everyone needs to get out of this silo working approach.
Yeah.
And start to do this collaboration. If you collaborate, you know, 2 minds are better than one.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're doing. A problem shared is probably halved. Yeah. As they say.
Yeah.
And as a product, Fraser, obviously, you've invested a lot of money into this.
Yeah. Pen and beans and toast for the last 3 months.
And there's other things coming down the line as well, I believe. You know, in the previous podcast, we talked about the merchant functionality.
Yeah.
Stay our technical manager sees that to Adrian and Phil Sales. And you know, that's an exciting innovation for the market.
And we could have just rested on our laurels and just looked at, so the business model at the moment for MukAway, it's a triangle basically. So the bottom of the triangle is the Claire, which is sharing clean inert materials through an MMP. That's the original business, wasn't it? And then we've been working on the technology in the background to then implement the new merchant functionality. So the other side of the triangle is the waste acquisition. So any sites that have got hazardous material that can't be reshared, you know, because they're not clean, merchants that have treatment plants, wash plants, recycling yards, these type of businesses, they can register their plants on the platform across the UK now if they want to. And what happens if somebody says, I've got 2,000 cube hazardous material, they'll set a radius and it'll notify all of the different wash plants within the area, and they then just price directly back to the developer. We can include the haulage if they've got haulage companies, but if they've not, we can then use our haulage companies off the platform to then bid on the work. So for the haulage subscribers, they're getting 2 bites of the apple, one on the MMP, which is from the sites going from A to B, one on the waste acquisition, and we're treating them again. They get another bite of the apple, because on this side is the merchant functionality. So a lot of these treatment yards, after they've treated the material, it then turns into a product. So you 6F2, sand fill, or you know, all different types of products that can be resold. And again, in 2 weeks' time, when we launch a new technology, these guys have got wash plants, aggregate yards. They can list these products. Again, they'll set a radius, anything within 20 miles, and it will notify every user on that account of these products. If somebody says, yeah, I'll have that, it's 5 miles away from my site, they'll connect with the merchant, and they'll even include the haulage, or they'll push it back out to the platform, and the haulage companies will then bid on that work again. So for haulage companies that are subscribing to the system now, it's going to be a free way for them, do you know what I mean, for £1,000 a year. But it's a full eco cycle of material, isn't it? So resharing the good stuff, If it's hazardous material, it's going to a treatment yard, and and anything that's a product then comes back round.
Yeah. So you're building different revenue streams to your business. And Mark, that's probably something that you've done yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you have different revenue streams to your core business, it's going to add value. It's going to add value to your business, and essentially, what Fraser's creating there is a multi-revenue, multi-stream revenue business model, isn't it?
Yeah.
For everyone who actually signs onto the platform. So, you know, if you're as you say, a haulier or a wash plant, or you've got both products, like there's a company in Yorkshire who has both products, a wash plant and a haulage, it's double bubble. It's gonna win both ways.
And did you do that personally with your business?
Yeah, we also do several things where we have power generation, but we have battery packs as well. We also have climate control now, where we do heating and cooling. We also do electrical installation, where we do installation of generators for standby and permanent use.
Yeah.
So it's all, multifaceted. So, yeah, I think the idea of Stuart Energy as a company, I'd like to get to a system where we have 5 pillars, really.
Yes.
So we have Stuart Energy, the distribution and power provider, an installation provider, heating and cooling, climate control, a special products division, and then probably something else that we'd like to go to, but I can't tell you about it at the moment because it's under development. But we've got 4 pillars at the moment.
Yeah, I mean that's a game changer in itself, isn't it? But I know you can't announce it.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
in your field,
in our field, it's phenomenal. What it is, yeah.
And while you can't announce that exclusive just yet, maybe on the next podcast,
Maybe,
Mark,
yeah.
Fraser, I think we can announce now the merchant functionality in
so,
MukAway Cheveau.
Yeah. So that comes out in 2 weeks. The technology's there, so we've already got our first treatment yard on it in Cheshire.
Yeah.
But again, we can't announce that company yet because we've got to wait for the technology to be rolled out. We'll be doing a presentation to various companies at the start of May in Warrington. So we'll be inviting up to 100 different companies to show them the tech, to show them what we can buy in and how we can benefit. But what we also the service that we provide is geo-environmental services across the UK, basically. So
I think that merchant function that you're creating is absolutely genius.
yeah,
I'm not saying it because I'm sat here, but it's absolutely genius. Yeah. So I don't know if you thought of it, but whoever did is...
it's me soon, morning, Fred.
Was it 1 o'clock in the morning? But literally, it is absolutely genius. It just rounds it off perfectly.
Yeah, because we really think that's going to take off. Not that MukAway isn't taking off, because we've got 600 plus sites. 600 is going to be, hopefully 10,000
easily.
Well, if MV Kelly's, and I'm saying it to him now on a camera, if they sign up, they've got 250 sites.
Well, straight away.
And who buys the aggregates?
Yeah.
They buy all the aggregates, don't they? Do you know what I mean? The main contractors and the civil engineers, and that's who we're targeting, as well as the guys that Mark uses, the infrastructure works, and these are the guys that we want. We started with the house builders. That was my network, wasn't it? But then we're looking to open it up. But the geo environmental services is to help the developers or anybody who's sharing the materials under the MMP. We'll write the MMPs. We'll get your site set up. We'll do your soil testing. We'll update MMPs to make sure everything's a legal transaction. So that's covered. We've just had a podcast previously with Steve Newton, our engineering manager, and the 2 guys from Quinn Geos and Tier Consult. So that's covered. So we've got the full service. So it's there for people to use.
Definitely.
And it's about bringing experts into the business, Fraser, is it not?
Yeah, these guys have been, they're both registered QPs anyway, aren't they? So these are the guys that sign off at the transaction or the MMP to say that it's a legal transaction. So again, there are 2 more collaborations that we've not really spoke about, but
That's it.
Just surround yourself with the right people. I've not got all these skills, and that's why we bring different people in, and that's why you also bring good people in to work for you. Obviously, Ian, who's asking the questions there, is a marketing. So,
and I know you've probably had a conversation between yourselves in the green room regarding the BNG capabilities of MukAway. And Fraser, we were out on site today in the peaks, and we could say but there's all kinds of interesting opportunities that are out there. It's just having that instinct, that killer instinct, and entrepreneurial mind to spot them, isn't it?
Well, the companies have been set up, so BNG away, that's set up, it's ready to go. So we will start developing the technology on that next month. You look at it this way. So let's say we've got our business plan is to get 300 companies registered on our platform. Nearly every one of these companies who are developers will need offsite BNG credits. So we've got the demand there. What we're looking to do is create another portal, another platform whereby you can register your habitats on there, your credits, and they can be sold. You know, we'll link it API, we'll link both systems, and it can be sold that way. But ultimately, where we want to get to is where we're creating our own habitats.
Yeah.
And then selling these credits back to the developers who are on our platform. So this ecosystem, it's getting bigger and bigger, isn't it? And
that's only just going to add value to the business, isn't it, at the end of the day? And the more legs, or the arms and legs it's growing, it's just that is solely down to entrepreneurial mindset, outlook, and phenomenal growth.
Yeah.
You know.
So it'll be an environmental group. So that'll be set up in the next few weeks. And then on the other side, I'm not going to let the cat out the bag too much on this one, but materials away. This is the other platform that we've even started developing. And all it's about is reducing waste from construction sites. So topsoil, subsoil, aggregates, that's not the only waste on site, material waste, is it? There's all different sorts of waste.
Absolutely.
You know, I've worked for the major house builders. We had to report tonnage to Reconomy, who we used, of how much waste we produced. This next innovation, this next idea, it will reduce all that down. So that's something that we're going to be working on. So it'll be like a three-pronged attack, this.
And MukAway is kind of changing position a little bit, slightly, to be a bit more of an environmental animal. And you know, the same to you, Mark, as well. You know, it seems like you're pivoting a little bit more to that green agenda.
Yeah, I think you can't ignore it. You have to go where the market demands you to go. Listen, I was the most skeptical person going about battery technology, solar, renewable technology. Even so much so, when my brother got asked to go down to see a battery provider, I didn't go. I said, I'm not going, I'm not interested. Literally, no, it's not diesel, I'm not going, not interested. He went down and he said, Mark, you've got to go and have a look at this factory. I'm interested. I think it could be really good for us. So reluctantly, kind of really to appease him, stop him nagging me, I went. And I was blown away.
Really?
These savings of CO2 and the green offering we could do. And then as I'm sat in front of, you know, a lot of infrastructure project guys, the construction directors, I noticed in the room over the several months that there was a person coming in, ESG director, sustainability, CR director. They were having a bigger voice in the room. So I'm sat there thinking, hang on a second, it's not really the construction director making the decisions anymore. This guy or this lady, the environmental officer, has got a big say. And then when I started to understand it and read about it, because I'm one of these, if I don't understand it, I get a book, I read. And I started to read about it, I thought, actually, there's something on with this.
Yeah.
And that's why we started to pivot our business to, we still offer diesel generators, but we try and make them eco-friendly as possible, as much renewable energy as possible.
Do you think some people are still stuck in the dark ages? You know, like we discussed before about the moat. You think?
Simply.
Yeah. We're going to be dragging this industry kicking and screaming, I think. But as soon as you get that momentum and people can see the benefits, it's like the 100 monkey effect, isn't it?
The classic example for me is Kodak. They were the first people to develop a digital camera.
Yeah.
But when they took it to the board, they said, oh no, it'll never take on, it'll never work on, it'll never work. And look what happened? They went to administration, they went bust.
Yeah.
But they were one of the first people to invent it, but they never carried it through. And I think, you know, unless you move with the market, you're never going to stay on trend, stay on top, or, you know, progress in your field and be a market disruptor, really.
Yeah. So would you say you've changed your mindset, Mark, in terms of sustainability and approach to being green?
Yeah, 100%.
That's why he's got your green top on, isn't it?
I thought it was the MukAway colour, so we're all in it.
Literally, I have. I have. From someone who was really skeptical, you know, standpoint.
Yeah.
I'm a convert. I'm like, you know, I'm a convert. I really am.
And what about you, Fraser? When did the penny drop for you? Obviously, you've been in serious roles in big organisations in the construction industry. When did it come on your agenda?
Yeah, I mean, my thing has always been about efficiencies. Yeah, everything I've done within any business that I've worked in is, well, we always do it this way. Yeah, but if we do it this way, it's going to be a lot quicker, more efficient. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm always about, is making things more efficient. It wasn't just me being honest here. I wasn't looking at the CO2 reductions and save the planet. I was looking at how can we make this more efficient? Why are we taking this material up there when there's a site 3 miles away? Do you know what I mean? And it's just simple things like
But
that.
I think when you are driven on efficiencies,
Yeah.
the other good bits come with it.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
And they just naturally follow, don't they? They naturally follow.
Yeah.
Because clients are under increasing pressure on carbon reporting now.
Yeah.
And MukAway's got a bit of a solution for that. I'm sure Stuart Energy has got a solution.
Yeah.
How are you helping those clients meet those targets?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, well, sign up to the MukAway platform, match sites nearby, and then you meet your targets and better them.
That's it. I mean, for us, we demand, we understand the low demand on site for power gen. We offer them 2 solutions, a really, eco-friendly solution.
Yeah.
If they're still in the dark ages, we say, where they're still, how much it's saving money-wise, we'll give them that comparison.
Yeah.
But then obviously if they're a bit more environmentally friendly, we give them the comparison. We have a different sales technique. We have a sales technique, without giving too much away to our competitors who are watching this. We have a sales technique for the guys who want to see pounds, shilling and pence.
Yeah.
We have a sales technique for the guys who want to see the CO2 saving, but the solution is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just how you word it.
Yeah.
Because before Christmas, Fraser, MukAway had a meeting with Homes England about
Yes.
the circular economy, reuse of materials.
Yeah.
That was firmly put into our square, wasn't it? The green agenda, and absolutely being green.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was based on efficiencies. That's me being honest, but it is the green agenda, isn't it? You're not taking materials to landfill. You're reusing it locally. So there's your ESG, isn't it? Your sustainability, and you're reducing your CO2 footprint. So by us working in an efficient manner, you're ticking all these boxes, and you're saving money off your bottom line.
So why wouldn't you do it?
That's it. And I think MukAway has got a big platform in a few weeks' time, Fraser, to actually talk about some of these things.
Yeah, so
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we've been invited by the HBF, which is quite a proud moment, to go and present in front of it's SME conference, isn't it, in London? So we're saying we're expecting about 100 SME companies, and I can't wait to get there because I've run an SME before. I've run a company called Dutchy Homes in the Northwest, and I know the constraints that these guys have, in particular for spoil management. You might have 3 or 4 sites running at the same time, but they're never next to each other. And if you get one which has got a cut and a fill and it's at the same time, like you've done a miracle there, like, because it never happens. It hardly happens in the PLCs who've got 15 sites. So for them, this is an instant boost for them, because we're saying you've got your 3 or 4 sites, put it in the mix of them 600.
And this is quite a pivotal moment for MukAway, Mark, from an outsider looking in.
Yeah.
To be asked by the HBF.
It's a huge honour, and it's one of those moments where it's a pinch me moment, isn't it?
Well, you know you're going in the right direction, because why would you be invited to something like that if you've not got something positive, as an impact to bring to the industry?
And I think my eyes lit up when I seen 34,000 LinkedIn followers. And
yeah, well,
there's some serious beef there, isn't it?
Yeah, we put a post out, didn't we? And they've liked it. Do you know what I mean? So that will then go on again, won't it? Which is great.
And that just shows the power of your platform.
Yeah.
And when you look at different products to invest in or different collaborations to do, you always look at what the potential is.
Yeah.
The potential for this is just phenomenal.
Yeah. And on that vein of thought, Fraser.
Yeah.
This business already, it was started back in February last year. Look at it now,
Well, February it was just an idea. Wasn't it?
It was.
It was on an A3.
It was a green shoe, perhaps.
Yeah, an A3 piece of paper. Didn't actually start until June.
Wow.
That's when we started developing the technology. It was June. Obviously, I interviewed probably a million different developers from all around the world, because it's and found one in Manchester. But yeah, it didn't actually start until June.
So where exactly is this company going? Have you capped it? Is there a plan? Is there a strategy behind it? How big can it go?
Well, this is why, the stuff that I'm doing with Mark as well, it's a bit of business coaching, isn't it? I've never run a company like this before. you know, I've been in the industry. I've worked at decent levels. You know what I mean? But I've not bought and sold companies, and Mark has been advising me on certain things, which is great.
I think
But the sky's the limit. Sorry,
sky's the
that one.
limit. It is, the sky's the limit with this business, and I think the early traction is the early traction is attracted, if I can say that right, without getting my words mixed up, just shows how powerful it can be.
Yeah.
And I think with the right guidance and the right financial guidance and the right steering, I think Fraser's the perfect guy to run the business. And I think also to scale the business, he's the perfect guy to scale the business because he knows everything about it. He's got a great manner about him. And actually, the sky is the limit with this.
Would you say it's a highly investable business in your opinion, Mark?
I'd say it is. Yeah, I'd say it is. He shouldn't sell a lot of his equity though, because quite frankly, you know, people will want to come in and dice it and try and dilute his vision of the thought.
Yes.
That's something which going to in this business, the Fraser's vision and his strategic thinking has to be strong. When you start getting lots of investors in, that gets diluted naturally because if they own a lot of, so they want to say what high it is, and that's something we've.
Because I asked that with this question in mind because you've been through a successful exit before.
Yeah.
You know, what does that experience teach you about backing the right people at the right stage?
Yeah, I mean, when you've been through exits in businesses, people in PE and VC, they'll tell you get something called deal fatigue a lot when you're going through due diligence.
Yeah.
It's a slog. It's tough. And people say, oh, what's it like? You say it's tough, but then add double it, and that's what it's probably really like. Yeah. And people do suffer fatigue, but when you look at businesses, you need someone who's going to have that stamina to carry on.
Yeah.
You look at them, no one wants to invest in a business that the guy at the top's taking loads of cash out, and he's going on holidays every 5 minutes, and no one wants that. No one wants to put into a business. You want a business which the guy started it, he's bootstrapped it, right? So then his cost control is disciplined, his decision making is disciplined, gives you confidence. Yeah, you don't want to chuck a lot of money into something which the guy's just going to go, thanks very much, and he disappears.
Because I'm off, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's really what you look at, isn't it?
What's your reflection on that, Fraser?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just focused on what I need to do. I've got my 3-year business plan in front of me. I know it can be achieved, and the big numbers. I mean, we've been through it with yourself, Mark, and Mark's advised me in certain areas. If I could do it off my own back, if we could get the cash rolling like it is starting to do now, then I'd just do that. Yeah. I wouldn't bring an investor in, but I'm looking to start a BNG away. I'm looking to start materials away. It's like there's only so many plates you can spin, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? So
and it's having the right advice through collaboration that you can lean into someone and say, give us your thoughts on that. And I'm sure that's happening already.
Yeah.
We exchange voice notes. Yeah. Often. What do you think of this, Mark? What do you think of that? And I do the same with him. Yeah. With my business. What do you think of that? What do you think of this? And we started doing it even before we signed an NDA. We signed NDAs, obviously, but we started doing it before that because there's a trust element there. Yeah. And that's a big thing for us. So really, that's one of those reasons why we do that,
So is there a key message that you'd want to articulate, Mark, about collaboration and how important it is in business?
I think for me, the people which will be left behind in the next 10 years are the ones that have a siloed mentality of working. Yeah. Those which collaborate will do
and go on.
Yeah, will go on. Yeah. And for me as well, but that is the right collaboration. Yes. So, it's not collaborate with anybody. Yeah. It has to be the correct collaboration.
Yeah. And Fraser, this isn't the case of opening up of an envelope or a phone box here. This is key people, what we're talking. This is strategic collaboration.
Yeah. It is strategic collaboration, and it's got to be with the right people as well. Hence why we're sat on the same couch together, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, if I could do it all on my own, I would. Not obviously with my team and all that. Of course. I'd just do it on my own. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I've only got so many skill sets and experiences and all that. So that's when you have to collaborate and bring other people.
There's one thing that we've not really covered in this conversation, and that's AI. And I think we should, because I know you've got your finger on the button with AI.
Yeah. AI is it's a very big topic at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think AI will take away from a lot of jobs in the UK. And what I mean by that is certain jobs have certain human elements.
Yeah.
That will always be, always be needed. But AI, if it can be, certain things it can replace, then I'm sure it will come on and replace certain things. I've been involved in an AI business which obviously exited, so and that's really I see that there is future there.
Yeah.
in tech.
And Fraser, it's part of your business now.
Yeah, from a tech company point of view, that's another thing that we're looking at. That'll be probably May time, won't it?
Yes.
When we'll be looking at that, and the main thing on that is when the site investigations come in, saves the customers or the clients having to read it and understand whether that is the right type of classification. I mean, you put an SI, which could be an 100-page document, in ChatGPT now and ask it what's the soil classifications, it'll tell you in 3 seconds. So that's what's being built in. That's the first protocol, but then the potential matches is the second thing that we're going to be bringing in. So,
But what AI won't do is
won't get me up at 5 a.m. and pull the sheets off.
Exactly.
and neither will it jump out of an aeroplane, which I believe you're doing it in a week's time, Fraser. All in the name of St. Rocco's.
Yeah. So thanks for asking that, because we're trying to raise some money, aren't we, for St. Rocco's? So
We'll be donating to that. So we're very big on charitable donations. Really, we recently we have a children's charity every year at Stuart Energy. Our children's charity last year was the Teenage Cancer Trust.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll certainly support you.
I appreciate that. We've got to get up to £2,000 in the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
First challenge is getting down to 14 stone free, so I'm getting there.
And there's other things in the MukAway charity calendar as well that I believe Gemma,
Yeah.
Corporate Social Responsibility Director, is doing some work as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've just come out of the house before. She had a meeting with St. Rocco, so everything's planned. I mean, Gemma's like super organised, and this is my wife, Gemma. So we're doing a dragon boat race in the summer. Gemma's doing Strictly Come Dancing. There's no point me doing it. I'd be like Robocop on the dance floor.
I've seen you dance. You're definitely not doing it.
And then we're doing a walk, but we've involved St. Peter's and so Freddie, my son, it's his mates and the mums and dads. So we're doing a walk, climbing Snowdon. So there's a few.
Really good.
Yeah. So we'll
get involved.
30 grand we've committed, haven't we, as a business, over 3 years.
Well, that in itself is just a testament to your culture, your work ethic, and to do that to help people. I mean, the hospices are something really.
Yeah, I mean, when you go in there, it's a Warrington-based charity, isn't it? I'm from Warrington, so everyone knows about St. Rocco's when you're from Warrington and what it does for people. So, well, when you go around at hospice, it does make you think. Do you know what I mean? And the first thing that we said when we sat down and we put a strategy together and a business plan is, what are we doing for our corporate social responsibilities? Yeah. And people talk about it, to tick a box, but that's not the case here. And when they're talking about it, it's to tick the box or it's not, don't you?
Absolutely.
But for us, it's not.
You see through that.
Yeah. I wouldn't jump out of a plane if it wasn't thinking.
That's it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was going to say, we'll put you on the list, Mark, for next year.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Well, I'm going to leave the final word with you, Fraser, this podcast, just to give you an opportunity just to thank our customers.
Yeah. Thank the collaborations. Thanks to Mark for coming and his brother and sister and his family. But yeah, thanks to the customers. When we're going round and we're actively going to developers, regions, civil engineering regions, we're going and sitting down in front of them and speaking to them. The Teams call is, and not everybody wants a face-to-face, by the way, but if people want a face-to-face, we're going to the offices and we're being welcomed. You know what I mean? And it's nice to go round and have that sort of feeling. So thank you for the reception that we're having, and hopefully, we will return that in what MukAway's going to do for you.
Brilliant. Well, Mark, thank you for joining the MukAway podcast. Fraser, thank you again.
Cheers, Mark. Cheers, Ian. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.